Hello, future me. Welcome to day 365. It is May 30th, Tuesday at 11:43 p.m. And it's been really pretty today. It's been really nice. Today's been pretty good. I woke up at my dad's. Woke up at 10, I think. And my grandma came and picked me up, and I got my stuff together, and I came here. My camera's glitching all over the place. I'm sorry. I think there's something wrong with my camera. I think there's a short in it or something. I'm not sure. Um, but so I went to my grandparents, and then at like 8ish, I hung out with Aiden and Carter. We just drove around for a bit. We went to a few gas stations. We just hung out. We didn't really do anything. We just hung out. It was fun. We prank called a few of our friends, and we prank called Domino's. I said I wanted a boneless pizza, and she hung up on me, and I was sad. Then Carter took me back, and I just got back. I don't have that much time. I want to talk about yesterday. So I took around 4 grams of shrooms. The experience was not anything like I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be, it was really intense, right? I took it, I was going to record it, but I ended up not. I borrowed Colton's camera. I returned that today too. But I had Colton's camera. I recorded me eating it and during the first stages of the come up. But the come up was really intense. Like, I was sitting on my porch and I was talking, and I started getting this really like small, nauseous feeling. It was more like excitement and nervousness kind of was creating this nauseous feeling. But then it got worse and worse. And then it wasn't really nauseousness. I was just so uncomfortable. So I went back. I laid in my bed, and it wasn't great. But it was pretty intense. Patterns were kind of forming on the wall. It looked like the patterns are coming out of the wall. It was really cool. But honestly, there weren't as many visuals as I thought there was going to be. But there was something really cool that happened. I think it was the early stages of an ego death. I did not go through an ego death, but I could feel the sense of labels, like putting like your mind puts labels on everything. Like this is a computer, this is a camera, this is a microphone. It's like all of that was erased. I remember my dad was with me in the back as I was laying down. I was going through it. He was playing piano. It was beautiful. He was playing the electric piano, just playing these really nice chords. And I remember looking at my dad, and I told him, the room feels like a jungle. And it did. It felt like a jungle. But as I said jungle, I remember laying my head back down, and I really thought about the outside. And this is where I can't explain it. It was like me thinking of the outside. Actually, hold on. Let me explain this, because I feel like this might explain it better. It was at a different point where, as I was laying down and I had my eyes closed, my head was in the pillow, and I saw these visuals, right? And they were really faint, but they were there. Like when I get really high on weed, it's like my imagination is really vivid, so I can like see stuff but not really see it. I was really seeing stuff, but it was really faint. It wasn't. It was vivid, but it wasn't like super clear. But it was like I was in this big space that had this thing coming down in the middle that was swirling on the top and the bottom. So it was like it was connected to the roof and the floor, and it was like swirling down, really really faint. But it wasn't about the visuals. I remember I was focusing on my breath, and my eyes were closed, and it was like my head was being sucked into this space, and I kind of lost my body. The best way I can explain it is, as I was breathing and as I exhaled, it was like my breath wasn't a part of me. It's like my body wasn't a part of me. It was strange. It was really nice though. It wasn't scary. It was really cool. The only problem I had with it is it felt like it didn't really feel like I was going through an experience, which is what I wanted. It felt like sorry, I'm gonna put a seizure warning. Jesus. It felt like just I was really fucked up, and that's not how I wanted to feel. I feel like I feel like next time I do it, I have like 0.5 grams maybe, and I think I'm gonna take that as like it is a microdose, but it's not that much. I'm sorry about my camera. Jesus. I think that fixed it at least a little bit. But I'm gonna take that. But it was really nice. This was another weird part where, as I was breathing, at the peak of my breath, I could feel something floating away. It's like it felt like this. It was like that. Like as I was breathing, there was something coming up in my body, and as I held my breath, it's like there was something. It was like a part of me was like being left behind. It's like I was floating away and leaving something behind. It felt really cool. And then I felt euphoric. And I had heard about this a lot where you just feel so good. And I wouldn't really say it was euphoria, but I just felt so comfortable in my bed. And I was really happy. And it was really nice. And then after a while, I realized I was hungry. And as I was hungry, this is kind of like what I was talking about when I get really high on weed, where my imagination is just so vivid, it feels like I see something. It's like as I realized I was hungry, I saw this big flash of a Big Mac. And I went up to the front with my dad. And as I got up out of the bed, sorry, I got a text. And as I got up out of the bed, it's like I was looking at a first-person video game. It's like the FOV was really wide. I could see and it's like my head was not being stabilized at all. Any movement I made was so exaggerated to me. It's like if I did this, like very slight, it looked like this. It's like your brain makes up these things that you don't even notice. Like your brain fills in a lot of gaps that you don't even notice, and it's like that erased all of it. And there was a point where I didn't have a lot of control over my limbs. I remember trying to put on my headphones, and I couldn't grab onto them. I was just flinging them around. But me and my dad went to McDonald's, and as I walked out of the house, I wish I could have stayed there for a bit. I looked at a tree, and it looked like it had been like AI digitally remastered. It looked so cool. It was fucking awesome. I want to explain more, but I only got 10 minutes until it's got to upload. Okay, I'm probably going to end it there. What did I have to eat today? I woke up, came to my grandparents, and I had, my grandma made me like a grilled sandwich, like cheese and ham sandwich, and then I had some cereal, and then I had fish with fries. It was pretty good. I'm so full, and I'm really tired right now. I'm probably going to bed soon. But anyways, I'm going to end it there. If I forgot to talk about anything, I'll leave it in the comments or I'll talk about it tomorrow. I'm definitely going to continue last night in the next video, but yeah. Anyways, bye-bye.